All right, I'm talking directly to MAGA, to the people that are still following. I want to play, you know, a game with you, so to speak. If you have a 4-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old grandson, son, or if you were close enough to your child when they were that age, knowing their awareness, knowing their abilities to talk to people and everything else, knowing how they react to stressful situations. If you are that close to a child of that age, then you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. But the biggest problem I've had with MAGA and with the Republicans that are still fighting, defending the actions of this man, is their inability to simply look at something as obvious as this. Think of a 4-year-old child being taken out of school, expecting to be picked up by their mom or dad in 2 hours or whatever, and taken into a van, thrown into basically jail overnight, and then brought in front of a judge, and the judge asks them, do you know what a lawyer is? Do you know what, illegal immigration is? A 4-year-old in a courtroom with nobody around them, not one familiar face. And what really upsets me with the people that are still standing behind this person is that these children that are being put in this situation, are it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whose children they are. It doesn't matter. These children came to the United States for some reason. Many were born in the United States. We're finding out that their parents were born in the United States. We're finding out things about these families and the people that have been deported and the people that are thrown in front of a judge under ridiculous circumstances. And they're okay with it because their broader issue with immigration and thinking everybody deserves to be thrown out, it represents an issue, but not as big of an issue as they have been led to believe it is. And again, not thinking of the ramifications of a 4-year-old child that may or may not speak very good English, thrown into a court being talked to by a judge in a courtroom. I can't imagine an American child without any second language type of background in any way, shape, or form being okay in that situation. And the fact that you can have a heart-to-heart with a Republican mother who's a great mother, who's an amazing mother, and they don't even think about this. They don't even put this together. And then you think about someone who was born here, the naturalization laws that are now being argued in front of the Supreme Court, and what the argument is, according to Donald Trump administration, would literally have every single one of his children except Tiffany deported. Literally every single one of his children fall under the category he's trying to enforce to everybody. That's just a fact. Melania was not a U.S. citizen when Barron was born. When the 3 kids, Don Jr., Eric, and Ivanka, were born, Ivana was not a U.S. citizen. She was still on a green card. Melania was on her Einstein visa. You know, the visas they usually give to people who cure cancer and things like that. Nobel Peace Prize winners. You seeing a pattern yet, fellas? But this is what I'm talking about.